In one of my iPhone videos, I asked the question if it was time to upgrade. And while delving into that topic, another question popped up, which is, what even is Pro anymore? You see, back when the iPhone 13 came out, Pro actually meant something. You got Pro Motion, stainless steel, a telephoto lens, Pro RAW, Pro Res. It was pretty obvious. The Pro iPhone was the premium iPhone. You see, the base iPhone 17 has features that used to be Pro only, which makes me wonder, what even is Pro anymore? And what does Pro even mean in the context of iPhones? Well, let's talk about it. I still remember unboxing the iPhone 13 Pro. That thing felt like jewelry. The stainless steel rails had weight to them. The 120 Hz Pro Motion display for the first time was buttery smooth, and the triple camera setup with a telephoto lens made me feel like I had a mini DSLR camera in my pocket. For the first time, there was a clean split. If you wanted the premium build, the smooth display, and Pro camera features, well, you went with the iPhone Pro, no question asked. But here's where things get a bit tricky. You see, the base iPhone 17 is the budget iPhone, but it doesn't really look like it. It now has Pro Motion up to 120 Hz, a 48 megapixel fusion camera, the A19 chip, and all the Apple Intelligence features from iOS 26 and onwards. Basically, all the stuff that once forced you into buying a Pro iPhone, the smoothness, the high-res sensor, the premium feeling is now just standard. And honestly, that's kind of a great thing for regular buyers, but it also makes the Pro lineup harder to justify, in my opinion. And as someone who's already on an iPhone 13 Pro, I'm finding it more and more difficult to justify going for a 17 Pro over the base 17. But what does Pro even mean? Well, the Pro tag is meant for professional users. It is an abbreviation aimed for users who want to use their iPhones in a professional context, maybe as a secondary camera when shooting videos or making content solely with their iPhones. Yet, over the years, we have all seen regular people with Pro iPhones. People who do not do anything else with their iPhones besides scrolling on TikTok and taking some family pictures. So if the base iPhone 17 picked up all those features from the Pro line, what's left for the 17 Pro? Well, the answer is specialized tools. Stuff that only pros or heavy creators really care about. You see, the Pro has the A19 Pro chip with a vapor cooling chamber in the phone, which means it can handle heavier workloads for longer hours without throttling or losing performance. It's got a full 48 megapixel system on every lens, plus a pretty insane 8 times optical quality zoom. That's a real physical difference you actually notice if you shoot telephoto a lot. Then there's video. Pro Res RAW, Apple Log 2, Genlock, and time code support. 4K 120 Hz, Dolby Vision. Basically, features designed for actual film workflow. This is nowhere more noticeable than in Apple's marketing for the iPhone 17 Pro, where you see the iPhone 17 Pro being used in basically film production. So yeah, the Pro is in many ways still Pro, but it's more about sustained performance and creator tools now, not just regular everyday use as it used to be, in my opinion. So if we were to put it in a checklist style, because it's easier to see, shared between the 17 and 17 Pro, you have iOS 26, Apple Intelligence, ProMotion 120 Hz, A19 Silicon family, a 48 megapixel Fusion main camera, and the new center stage front camera for people who love taking selfies. So all in all, I believe the base iPhone 17 pretty much covers everything for normal users. The Pro, however, is really for the more niche crowd now. But I suspect, even with all that said, the iPhone Pro will still be probably the most sold iPhone ever made, even for regular users, which is, in my opinion, a bit odd. From my perspective, the iPhone 13 Pro was peak everyday Pro. You got that premium design and smooth screen that made it feel special without needing to be a filmmaker to justify the upgrade. Now with the base iPhone 17 carrying a lot of that DNA, the Pro models are kind of shifting away from people like me, which are regular power users, and into more of the professional creator space. And I wouldn't quite count myself yet as a professional creator, maybe at some point in the future. If you're a videographer, editor, or photographer who needs that 8x zoom or ProRes RAW, the Pro is still worth it. But for 95% of people out there, I believe the base iPhone 17 and even a iPhone 13 Pro, like I have right here, is more than enough to cover all your needs and iPhone joy. So to answer the question, what is Pro in 2025 going into 2026? Well, it's not smoother scrolling or sharper camera anymore. It's specialized power and pro-grade workflows. For everyone else, the regular iPhone is more capable than ever. And honestly, I think that's a win for most people out there. So what do you guys think? Has Apple blurred the line between Pro and regular iPhones too much? Or do you still value the extra tools that the Pro might give you? Drop your thoughts in the comment section. And if you've enjoyed this video, want to hit the like button and hey, maybe even hit subscribe. Thanks for watching and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.